here's a silver bullet that you're all going to freak out and think I'm nuts, but the one or two of you that do this will win. Let's say what's a hygienist make? 100 grand? 80? 60? Somebody in Seattle is paying 150, 75 bucks an hour to their hygienist, and she's killing it. So I want you, let's say a hygienist makes 80 grand a year, okay? I'm going to put a bonus in place. What's the role that we look for a lot? Hygienists? Or dentists? Sorry? Assistants? Okay, what do assistants get paid?
My question was going to be, how do you have these motivated people for a $16 an hour job?
Free healthcare is one. Redirect Health, you can give them free healthcare for 107 bucks an hour. You'll get flooded with resumes, trust me, it's huge. So let's say it's a $60,000 person, okay? I'm going to put a recruiting bonus in place for $30,000. Anyone who refers someone to us that we hire is going to get a $30,000 bonus, but you're going to get $6,000 a year for 5 years, and it gets paid out at month 12, month 24, month 36, month 48, month 60, as long as you're still here and as long as the person you referred is still here. It becomes a retention tool and a recruiting bonus that is so meaningful that people will literally start poaching for you. And the reality is, if you're paying 60 grand a year and now it costs you 6 grand more, you're really only 66, which you probably would have given away anyway. And it becomes a retention tool. You put that in place where the bonus program is equal, and don't do this for $2,000, $400 a year, because it won't matter. It's got to be like half of the annual salary for this person. If you're recruiting a dentist, it's going to make 200 grand a year. Make it a $100,000 recruiting bonus, 20 grand a year for 5 years. No one will quit. Everyone will poach. No competitor will be able to touch you. And when you get these people to walk into your offices and they go, holy shit, this place is ridiculous. This is a cool place to work. You got them. Or be average, be beige. Pass the Cheetos, right? Look, like at 1-800-GOT-JUNK, people are like, oh, wow, you guys are an amazing brand. We hauled garbage. We hauled garbage. We hauled junk. We weren't a sexy business. When we started the business, we didn't do anything unique. There were 17,000 independent junk removal companies the day we started. We just did it better. We also charged, day one, I went in and raised our rates by 50% of what we were charging. We charged 50% more than any of our competitors charged, but then we had killer marketing and killer guys showing up, like, right? It was experience. We had this one woman one time, she called up. I'll give an example on experience, like deliver what you promise, respect the individual kind of experience. So if you book junk removal, we say we'll be there between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock, okay, the 2-hour promise window. But like everybody else, you sit there for the 2 hours wondering when they're going to show. And then we say, but we will call you 20 minutes prior to the start of the 2-hour window to tell you roughly when we'll be there. So now we're going to call you at 9:40. Hi, Cameron from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I know we said we'll be here today between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Looks like we'll have an 11 o'clock deliver or 11 o'clock show up time. So you're free to just, leave the house, do whatever, grab some groceries, run some errands, grab coffee with your friend. We'll be there no earlier than 11 and between 11 and 12 now. So that blows them away. Then we had a guy one time called up this woman in Atlanta. We're going to be there between 12 o'clock and 2. Looks like we'll be there at 1. We're going to stop off and get some coffee on the way. Would you like anything? She goes, no, but I would die for a Long Island iced tea. And they're like, haha, really funny. That's great. See you at 1 o'clock. They stopped off at Rick's Pub. They walked in and said, we need a Long Island iced tea to go. He goes, I can't make it to go. He goes, here's 20 bucks. It says you can. They gave him a Long Island iced tea to go in a glass with saran wrap and a plastic band on top. They drive down the road. They get to her house. They stand there with their cup of coffee, right? Sorry you didn't want a latte. She goes, no. And then he reaches from behind his back and he hands her this Long Island iced tea, but he goes, I know you wanted this. Done. This woman probably still hasn't shut up. I'll bet you she's telling this story 15 years later every day, right? Those little experiences and those little parts of your office are where recruiting comes from, right? It's not what you're paying.